Coming up, we look back at the career of retiring head athletic trainer Bob Merrow. We talk with a student athletic advisory committee member about upcoming events, and we have men's and women's lacrosse action. I'm Justin Mahan, and this is Inside Owl Athletics. The men's lacrosse team fell short to Skidmore College Tuesday night. Inside Owl Athletics' Peter Dubois has the details.
The men played a close game Tuesday, but succumbed to Skidmore in the fourth quarter. Skidmore College got on the board first just a minute into the game and scored a second goal just a few minutes later. Keene State retaliated with a pair of back-to-back goals from John Nassif and Hunter Arnolds to end the stanza. The game continued in a back-and-forth fashion until the end of the third, where both teams were tied at 9 points. Skidmore outscored the Owls 4-1 in the fourth quarter to win it, 13-10. The men are on the road today, facing off against the Eastern Connecticut State Warriors. For Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Peter Dubois.
The women's lacrosse team dominated at home against Castleton to clinch their second consecutive win. Peter Dubois tells us how it happened.
The women outshot their opponent 31-16 to secure Tuesday night's victory. The Owls took control early, scoring 8 goals before their opponent could get on the scoreboard. Keene State led 11-2 going into halftime, but their scoring didn't stop there. The Owls went on to score 5 more in the second half to secure the sweeping victory. Freshman Allie Daisy led the team in scoring in her second consecutive 5-goal game. The ladies will try and expand their win streak when they play Rhode Island College at home this Saturday. For Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Peter Dubois.
Baseball picked up one LEC award this week. Infielder Tyler Gammey received Rookie of the Week. Gammey recorded an RBI and went 3 for 4 as the DH in the Owls' 6-5 win over Johnson and Wales. Baseball also represents one of our athletes of the week. Senior Abe Granger made the list after helping lead the Owls in their victory over Johnson and Wales. Granger is joined by women's lacrosse senior Taylor Farland. Farland scored her 100th career goal this week in their win over Emerson College. March is National Athletic Training Month, and one of Keene State's longest-serving athletic trainers is retiring at the end of the year. Inside Owl Athletics' Emma Hamilton has more on that story.
The Owls lacrosse team is on the field, and Bob Merrow, KSC's head athletic trainer, is on the job, something he's been doing since the late 80s. He helped start the athletic training program here at Keene State.
Back then, it was pretty much just Sherry Bovenet. Dr. Bovenet was here at that time, and she really kind of got the ball rolling for the whole program. And Sherry and I worked together for quite a few years, and different jobs, different teaching classes, all different types of things happened throughout the course of that. And we went from just a sports medicine program to an accredited, nationally accredited athletic training curriculum program.
But now, after years of success, the program is being discontinued.
Now we're coming to the end of it because how we educate athletic trainers has changed, and we would have to progress to a master's degree program. With financial situations considered and the number of programs within the state of New Hampshire and the university system, they've decided that we're not going to pursue offering the master's here.
Students who are already enrolled in the program at KSC will be able to finish and graduate with an athletic training degree. New students will not be admitted to the program as it's phased out. It's a sad time for Merrow, not only because the program is going away, but he's retiring at the end of the academic year after 32 years at Keene State.
It's sad because we've had so many tremendous athletic trainers come through our program. The students have done really well.
According to Merrow's colleagues and former students, he's had a tremendous impact on the program.
He's given me a lot to work towards as a professional. Again, I was a first-year student when his first year here. So working together with him in my academic and career development, and then coming back and working and inspiring in my career development, I've taken lots of the strategies that he and I kind of talked about and have incorporated those into my role at Trinity.
I think, to be honest, I think he's been instrumental. He has mentored a lot of young athletic trainers as they've gone through our education program and gone on to become head athletic trainers at other institutions. But I also think within our own unit, I think he does a really nice job of mentoring the new hires that we bring in and getting them oriented to Keene State and what is Keene State, and really embracing what it means to be a Keene State Owl.
Mero's service at KSC also extended to the state of New Hampshire.
He is the primary reason, or one of the primary reasons, that we have licensure in the state of New Hampshire for athletic trainers, because he was the president of the New Hampshire State Association when they really pushed forward to have athletic trainers be recognized as healthcare professionals and have to be licensed in the state.
Mero's colleagues say they have a hard time imagining an athletic training program at the college without him.
It is bittersweet because I've never not known Keene State athletic training not to have Bob with it. And so it's still, there's a part of me that's still, my connection with the college is going to drastically change, and the relationships I still have here at the campus, when Bob's not going to be around every day, it's absolutely going to be different.
Can always tell a story, and he's witty, he's funny, and he has a really easy way of making light of some really tough situations.
I think I've just been lucky. I would say the entire secret to my success, it's not that big of a secret, it's being surrounded by good people. The people I work with, the coaches and the students. Being surrounded with them and having those good people is what helped me get to where I am.
Upon retirement, Mero says him and his wife plan to travel to every national park across the country within the next few years. Reporting for Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Emma Hamilton.
The Student Athletic Advisory Committee hosts a wide variety of events in conjunction with Division III Week. Here to tell us all about these upcoming events is SAC President Samantha Sullivan. Samantha, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
So first things first, what role does SAC have?
Well, we play a pretty big role on campus, I would say. Basically, you have 2 representatives from every team coming together once a month and trying to fix everything that's going on in athletics. I wouldn't say we fix everything, but at least voice our opinions and our concerns as the student athletes. We're there to kind of represent the student body, the student athletes as a whole. So it's cool that we get that privilege. One of our main things too is we like to give back to the community and participate in community events and try to help out so we can stay involved. So it's nice we get to do everything on campus, and then we get to do things outside of the school. So we kind of feel like we have a pretty big role.
So SAC was just awarded the President's Leadership Award. What does that mean for the organization?
It's pretty huge. We're really excited because one of our core principles, as I said, is the community involvement. So it's nice to see that all the hard work we've put in volunteering and helping out with different organizations has really paid off, and that people recognize that we are trying to give back to the people that provide to us. So it's pretty cool.
So walking around the gym all this week, all I could see was athletes versus Greeks, athletes versus Greeks. What is athletes versus Greeks?
Well, it's an annual event we have now. Last year was the first year we've done it, and we've been working pretty hard. We have select groups at our SAC meetings in charge of different events that kind of spearhead the programs, and the group has been working really hard to do the upcoming event. It's actually the Wednesday of the D3 week, but basically we just reached out to the Greeks and we're like, we don't get involved with you guys enough, and we're kind of 2 separate entities right now, so it'd be pretty cool if we can foster some new relationships and improve on the relationships we have with Greeks. So we decided that we would do an Olympic event almost, and we just compete athletes versus Greeks in various things we've done the pie eating contest and 3-legged races and things like that. So it's just a pretty a competitive environment, but a friendly competitive thing where you can get to know other people better and represent your unit, whether you're an athlete or a Greek. It's pretty cool.
What other events can we expect in the future?
Well, I don't want to give away the ones we have going because we actually opened it up to anyone this year who can come. So if you're on campus and want to come by, you should. It's Wednesday at 6:30. I think that people would probably be a little upset if I talked about every event we had because it's pretty fun to see unexpectedly what happens. But it's what you would sort of expect for You know, like we did like jump rope races across the court and things like that. And last year was fun too. We got to, for the induction ceremony part, we got to have athletes pull out Christine Kelly on like a big towel thing almost and like parade her around. And we have higher up representatives of Greeks coming in too and getting involved. So everyone kind of gets to see that we're all together and we're all like humans, you know, we're not just like these big things that you just look at in games and see in the Greek events on campus.
So you mentioned community partnerships. What kind of partnerships does SAC have with the community?
I would say the two that we're like most proud of are probably the one with the City of Keene, Parks and Rec. That's one that we actually can't thank them enough because in our nomination, they spoke very highly of us and said some really great things about us. So that was also pretty touching. But we've helped out with their youth basketball program and we've gone on Saturday mornings to participate in that. And when we did our, well, this I guess would be another tie, but we are associated with the Special Olympics of New Hampshire too. So when we host events for that, we did a field day with them once where we opened up a field day of like different field competition, game style type things, and opened it up to all Special Olympic athletes. And the rain date was scheduled at Parks and Rec. So we have things like that where it's just nice to know that when you put things in, people will get back, you know, so like Parks and Rec helps us out and we help them and things like that. And we do the bowling for Special Olympics. We've done basketball for Special Olympics. We have a national partnership with them, so it's standard for all the SACs, but we like really pride ourselves on trying to do something every semester and every season, I guess you could say, so that we're not just kind of like addressing that we're associated with them, but we're really like making sure that we hold up our end of the partnership with them.
All right, well, Samantha, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
LEC action starts this week. We kick things off with men's lacrosse at Eastern Connecticut State today for a 12 p.m. matchup. And Saturday is jam-packed, starting with track and field teams competing in the Snowflake Classic. And baseball will be home for a doubleheader against Western Connecticut State. Women's lacrosse will hit their home turf for a 1 p.m. contest against Rhode Island College. And softball is on the road for a doubleheader at UMass Dartmouth. First game is at 1 with the other at 3. And women's lacrosse heads to New England College on Tuesday for a 4 p.m. start. And baseball and softball are in action Wednesday against Western New England. Baseball will be at home for a 3:30 start, while the softball team will be away for a doubleheader beginning at 3:30. Wrapping up our week will be a home baseball contest against Westfield State on a Thursday with first pitch at 3:30. And just a friendly reminder that weather plays a huge role in spring sports schedules, so game times and locations could be up in the air. Make sure to check TeKeenOwls.com for all updated schedule changes. That's all for now. We'll be back next week with more Owl Athletics action. I'm Justin Mahan. Thanks for watching.